Tom Shillue in for Greg Gutfeld. All right, let's do some headlines. To control the bear population, New Jersey's black bear hunt is currently underway, and residents have jumped in to help. In fact, several New Jersey families have offered to whack the bears and bury them next to Jimmy Hoffa. Zohran Mamdani picked an ex-con rapper who served 7 years for armed robbery as his new criminal justice advisor. Mamdani cited the man's success at robbing rich people, which is just what Zohran wants to do. The 10th annual Santa Speedo Run took place in Detroit last weekend. Despite it being the 10th year of the race, it does appear that participation is shrinking. Twins from New Jersey have been charged with threatening to murder DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. Insiders say the twins won't like prison because, once again, they'll be forced to dress the same. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is touting adding gyms to airports to give travelers a chance to work out. Spirit Airlines customers love the idea, saying the added strength could help during fistfights. A Maryland middle school has been celebrating Transgender Awareness Week, and it's been quite a success. Many of the students have transitioned to homeschooling. The D.C. pipe bomb suspect had a secret life online as a My Little Pony superfan. The FBI now must determine whether he was radicalized by Antifa or Hasbro. And finally, in Britain, the wife and children of a Somali ISIS leader are reportedly living in government-funded housing in London, prompting taxpayers to say, still better than Meghan Markle. Thank you. Yes. Now to my searing monologue. It is time for...
She's number one at being dumb, the new face of the DNC. Gather round, cause that's our Jazzy.
So, Jazzy's running for Senate.
I'm jumping into the ring. I'm asking for your support to be the next United States Senator from the greatest state of Texas. There are a lot of people that said, you gotta stay in the House. We need our voice. We need you there. And I understand. But what we need is for me to have a bigger voice. Turning Texas blue is what I want to talk to y'all about today. Let me be clear, y'all ain't never tried it the JC way.
Crockett was fired up to tell us she's jumping into the ring after previously saying the gloves are off, which tells us one thing: she doesn't know how boxing works. Now, I know what you're thinking. A Senate run? Is she insane? This is a woman who lied that Lee Zeldin took a donation from Jeffrey Epstein when it was really a doctor named Jeffrey Epstein. This is someone with an alleged work environment so toxic, staffers would rather work for Kamala. And her debut ad was no different. Here's Jazzy using Trump's best insults against her to launch her campaign.
She's definitely a low IQ person.
Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man. Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
Wow. We haven't seen a worse debut since the Titanic. So yeah, my first impression was, does she really think she has a chance of winning statewide in Texas? In politics, there's a real simple rule. You play to your strengths. So a bomb thrower like Jasmine Crockett is made for the House. She only has to appeal to her extreme district. That's why members of the squad do well in the House, and the more bland, seasoned politicians go statewide. So on paper, this looks like a terrible move. But then you realize she could be running for another reason. What's Jasmine's value to the far left anyway? It's not her legislative record. Her real value is as a media figure. She says wild things on TV, she goes viral, and we talk about her. She may have the intellect of roadkill, but she's a gift to the social media algorithm. So we have to ask ourselves, is this strategy the politics of the future? For better or for worse? Because even if she loses her race for Senate, It could be a launching pad for her career as a Democrat influencer. And while this strategy may not get you into Mensa, it could get you followers and spread your party's message. Politicians everywhere are already doing it, and some have mastered it. Trump's been building his image through the media forever. It brought his name from a Fifth Avenue skyscraper to the White House. So this strategy works, although some are better than others. Remember when Crockett joined the Dems for the Choose Your Fighter video that went viral for all the wrong reasons? Not all of us can be Trump, but these days media figures, even the ones broadcasting from their bedrooms with a ring light, can have more influence than half the U.S. Senate. So the question isn't, can Crockett win Texas? It is, has Congress turned into a game of winning social media as opposed to a deliberative body that makes laws? And that could be a good thing or bad. We saw the algorithm help Zohran Mamdani go from fake rapper to New York mayor. And what does it look like for the country if the so-called star of the Democratic Party is someone who should be starring in Real Housewives of Atlanta? So I'd encourage Republicans, if she runs, take the win, but don't take the bait. It's easy to get attention, but with Jazzy, it's all about her. President Trump is brash and funny, but he's always been about making our country better and stronger. In other words, with him, it's all about us, and that's no jazz. Let's welcome tonight's guest. His act was the inspiration for the sympathy card, actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. The only role he can't play is woke actor, host of the upcoming Fox Nation series, David, King of Israel, Zachary Levi. She's proof you can burn calories by complaining. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Temp. And people constantly mistake his shadow for an eclipse. Former NWA world champion and host of the Planet Tyrus podcast, Tyrus. All right, Jamie, if you ever ran for office, would you use a montage of all of Greg's insults against you? That's kind of what she was doing there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I feel like first of all, this might go against whatever. I think it's a really effective ad for whoever she runs against. I honestly do. It would be effective if it's Trump saying, like, you're low IQ, and then she was doing something really intelligent, like getting a degree or passing a test. Then it would make sense. But I thought when I first saw it that it was an ad for the other side. I also have another problem with, I don't think you should be able to use your initials if somebody bigger and more popular than you, like she goes, it's the JC way. Did everybody think Jesus Christ? That's what I thought. I thought it was like Jesus Christ. And so I think you should, that would be like me going, Tom, the other day I met JFK. And you're like, oh my God, how's that even possible? And I go, no, Jimmy Frederick Kimmel.
Yeah. Did you look that up? Is that his name?
I made up the middle name.
Okay, I wondered.
Yeah, his actual middle name wouldn't have made sense for the joke, and so
Exactly.
so I changed it and hoped nobody would know. I had one last thing. When in response to people mocking her ad, I would like to read what she said. She said, "Hey, as Beyonce says, if they're not talking about you, then obviously you must not be doing anything." But I would like to point out, Beyonce also said, "When he F me good, I take his ass to Red Lobster."
Oh. That was her?
Yeah. I just don't know if it's the best person to quote, Tom.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know that quote. Zachary, thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
Looking good. All black.
It felt like very, very Christmassy, the all black.
It did. Well, look. Big picture, is this where politics is going? I mean, we had a discussion the other day on this panel about whether she's effective or not, because she gets on the news every night. So people can make fun of her, but, you know, people made fun of Trump. I can remember when people were saying, go ahead and run, Trump. They were acting as if they wanted it to happen. So it's hard to argue with people who can make headlines almost every day. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's that old adage, there's no such thing as bad press, right? If you can get yourself out there, get your name out there, get your face out there. I don't know that that's entirely true. I think that a lot of people are digging themselves in some pretty big holes because they think they're taking advantage of social media, and yet they're coming out with this really bizarre stuff. And I think that a lot of people that might otherwise support her are cringing because of that. And I hate that word cringe. I don't, but that's kind of what the kids are saying now. And that's exactly what's happening. I mean, the fighting thing, all of these trends, all of these like TikTok trends and stuff, I think that everyone's going to look back on those in a couple of years and be like, why did we even partake in this? This did not do well for our reputations. And more than that, you're supposed to be a responsible adult in the room as a politician. You should be doing things that are of more value to your constituency. I live in Texas. I love Texas. I really don't want her representing Texas.
That's right. Right. But it is funny because it's like, Jamie, what you were saying, you know, whoever she runs against, I'm sure there's someone, what are they talking about, Paxton, or there are major politicians, but are they ever going to get any airplay? Because Andrew Cuomo, I mean, he was a big name, but he could not run against Zoran. I don't think I even saw him during the campaign. I didn't see him once because Zoran was on the news every day, and there was nothing Cuomo could do to compete, right?
Yeah, then again, also, I think Shillue was on the news a lot. And
yes.
Yeah, he still couldn't compete.
Yeah.
But no, she is going to be on so much TV. She's already on so much TV because she says this stuff where she's on all the left-wing channels, and then she says stuff where then those clips are pulled, and then she's on this channel all day. So, I mean, she already has a lot of name recognition. It's going to be even more than that. I still think that winning Texas is probably not realistic for her, but I think this says something about politics kind of as a whole now with social media. I mean, TV was one thing, but now social media, the clips are getting shorter and shorter. So many politicians are looking for that viral clip now. That's what they get up in the morning and decide to do. I want to have that viral clip that's going to be played on the channels all day. Not thinking about what they can do for their constituents, but what they can do for their brand. It really is indistinguishable from an influencer at this point for a lot of them.
Yeah, and is it a stepping stone? I mean, people now, it used to be you got famous and, you know, maybe you had a career even, and then you went into politics. You know, it was kind of the, you know, when you got serious, then maybe you kind of cashed in on your name and you went into politics. Now I feel like people are going into politics and they're using that as a stepping stone to celebrity.
I mean, she's already there for a lot of people, and she's going to get even bigger as far as that. So I don't think she'll win, but I do think that she's going to become even more recognizable, if not a household name.
Absolutely. Tyrus, does it matter if she wins? Because who have we been talking about for the past month? The woman whose name I've already forgotten, but we talked about her a lot, the one who was running in Tennessee, right? Afton Ben, right? She got all the news. I don't even know who she was running against. Yep. He was destined to win. She was destined to lose. But now she's a national name.
Okay, and what does that mean to be a national name? Porn stars are national names now. I think we're grossly mischaracterizing the power of media. Take somebody on the street and say, hey, what do you think of the media? You're probably going to get a you know, no one is walking around going, oh, that media, I can't wait to get home and see what they're talking about. Trash TV. It used to be when you were on the news or when you ran for something, you had substance behind you. Then this little thing called reality TV came along and the train wreck became more important. Now, just because you're on TV every night, we saw this with Beto O'Rourke in Texas, and he was on everything, and he was hip, and he had 1 million followers, and he even took people to see him get his teeth took out at the dentist. But when it came to running for a serious position like senator, nobody voted for him. It's the same thing with her. She is great at perpetuating a horrible stereotype, and they love it because she will say anything. It changed. It used to be all press is good press. No. Now it depends what type. You can be the most popular train wreck in America, but that doesn't translate to anything else. So she's very good at saying dumb. Good for her. She's very good at pretending that she's the queen of eugenics. Good for her. But nobody wants that putting food on their dinner table. Black, white, Mexican, gay, straight. Nobody wants that. She's good for sound bites, and she's going to have a long career coming on CNN and other news plays talking trash about everybody else. But she has no roots, nothing to get behind.
Agreed? You agree with Tyrus? Very interesting.
It's the same thing in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Matt Gaetz, what do you think he's going to do now? Nothing. Oh, he was a talk. He had this and that, and they said this and that. Same thing. Marjorie Taylor. They say a bunch of stuff, and then it comes down to substance. Even when you disagree with them, then eventually serious people don't vote for you anymore.
And you know who's been on the news every single day for years now, his face and name, and it's done no good for his reputation, is Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to...
He's in everyone's mouth and everyone's mind, and nobody likes him anymore.
No, I'm sick of him. Are you sick of Epstein?
I wish he would just...
I don't like him. He's so right.
Release the list.
Before we go, reminder, I'm doing live shows in 2026. Go sign up for my mailing list at tomshillue.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.